Welcome back to Chop It Up. That was a good first way to start off a little fun and little games and a little seriousness with that. So, a lot of the biggest thing that's in the story and that's going on in the news now that will affect all of our lives in the upcoming years and probably for decades is the topic of politics. So recently this week we had the vice presidential debates between Kamala Harris and Pence, and I want to know what you guys take and feedback on what you guys thought about the debates. I'll start off with Rodney.
Yeah, I watched the debate with Pence and Harris. But the thing that drew my attention so much was Rudy McFly. I thought Rudy McFly stole the show. Now I'm gonna say what everybody else was saying is that basically we know that flies are attracted to shit, right? So the thing is, I mean, for a fly to land on your head and sit there and chill for a huge portion of the debate, how ironic is that?
That's like one of African flies, man.
And the fly was huge. The fly had on a backpack, kid. The fly had on a backpack. He was there to stay. But all jokes aside, the thing is, there was one issue that bothered me about the debate is I kind of definitely felt what they saying was true that that Miss Harris basically had to like tone herself down. You know what I'm saying? Because I seen her when she, she's addressing people at the Senate and stuff like that, and she be coming for you. She gonna get up in you. Yeah. But the thing is, I kind of felt like she had to be reserved because she didn't want to come off as the angry black woman.
Absolutely.
And, you know what I'm saying? And they got a big lead right now, so they didn't want to blow that lead. So basically, it was like the 11th round in a 12 round fight. You blowing the guy out. You don't want to get too close, and the guy get a lucky punch and knock you out. You know what I'm saying? So that bothered me about it because I felt I want to be able to see her as I know her and how I see her get down. You know what I mean? And I wasn't able to see that. That's the only thing I had a problem with the election. I was expecting Pence to tell lies and all of that stuff like that. That's just the norm.
Mm-hmm. Derek, what's your thoughts? What's your thoughts, Derek?
Man, I don't even know, man. I think that is one intelligent system. It's just a shame because I've actually heard the opposite on the other side because I like to do a little opposition research. You know what I'm saying? Like I hear one side. So on the other side of the spectrum, I also heard that she, with regard to Pence, the way he was coming for, the way he was like, cutting off. So they were saying, okay, is it okay for a man to cut off a woman now, in a conversation, you know what I mean? Like when it comes to that kind of debate, I'm kind of paraphrasing a little bit, but, just speaking more along to speaking more to like norms, how a man should allow her, he shouldn't mansplain, he should allow her to speak and that kind of thing, and how we were going to move forward with that. And, I don't think, but to your point, I don't think we need to worry about all of that. I think, the other side of it is, of course, like you said, Kamala really trying to really not seem as though, she was an angry black woman, you know what I mean? Not to really go off and detonate, you know what I mean? To kind of play, to play the lead, So, I'm just enjoying. I'm not enjoying the damn thing about these debates, man, to be honest with you. But I do find certain things interesting, just to kind of see like where we're going, where the changes are happening, the things that we expect, the things that we're used to, and how we're kind of changing into like this whole new realm of, this whole new area of being and how people interact, and what we think of one another, what we think of our so-called leaders, So. Yeah, but other than that, man, I think right now the people, I don't think the debate moved anybody, one way or the other, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? I don't think there's very little that Kamala Harris can do or say that will gain her or lose her any votes in the debate. I think people are kind of hardened right now. We're just I think everyone's just kind of we're just waiting for the day that we can just vote and people are gonna, they already made their mind up, man.
You're right. But the thing is, anybody that's walking around today that's saying that they're undecided, I have no idea where you've been the last 4 years.
Yeah.
What have you been paying attention to that you're still undecided? So I figure maybe you being undecided is basically your nice way of saying that I'm going to vote for Trump. You know,
Maybe, you know, but I legit know a lot of people who are undecided too. Like I legit know, I didn't know there was so many Black Trump supporters. I didn't get it, but I know a few, and it was just, you know, it was just amazing to find that out. I was like, okay, cool.
But this is one thing I want to ask Derek. So if you're undecided and you're saying I've watched this man in office for 4 years, I just need these next 3 weeks to really make up my mind. Like
you're right.
The 4 years that you know
didn't mean nothing. I slept that.
Right now, these last 3 weeks, now you're gonna show me something. That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. I think one of the things is this: debates have changed since we were younger. We didn't have a 24-hour news cycle then. These candidates didn't have a website then. Everything that they stand for, everything you know it, is written somewhere, chapter and verse. So if it's a decision about popularity or stability or who can outclass who, I thought Pence did exactly what he was going to do. If you remember when Pence debated Kane years ago in 2016, Pence lays on the ropes, and then Pence is going to let you charge him, and he's going to pivot, and he's going to change. So you have to, because if I heard the lady say one more time, thank you, Vice President, thank you, Vice President, thank you, Vice President, man was going to just make his point regardless of the question. Right. And that was it. And it is difficult to put her in a situation. Now, I will say this. I think when it comes to you having 2 minutes to answer the question, I think they both did this a lot. They wanted to make sure that you knew that the other side was liars and you had disdain for them for about 1 minute and 30 seconds. Yeah. And then they would kind of touch on the question. The issue is this: when you debate somebody, if you can keep your blood pressure at a normal level and watch them unravel, it looks like you won the debate. And so the things that he's saying that are erroneous, we all knew that. She knew that. But at the end of the day, Pence looks way more presidential than Trump does. So I think he gets credit for that. He looks.
That's a low bar.
Yeah, you know? right. And that's why you gave them credit, just for being able to hear what they were saying. That's why, right.
Mm-hmm. But I think, to be honest with you, with the interruptions, I think that Pence intentionally did the interruptions for the sake of Donald Trump to basically show that, listen, this is how we get down in debates. We're going to get our point across. We're going to force it across. He didn't want to look like he wasn't making any challenges, because look at all those interruptions that Donald Trump did. So he's got to follow along with his leader.
Well, you know, this is stealing rounds. You remember when you'd watch boxing and a dude would start shuffling his feet, and then he wind his arm and he'd do all of that. Because if you have nothing left, you try to get some style points, right? You try to show the judges something that, you know what I mean? And I think that's what it is. Some of it is style. Right. Because Kamala Harris one time says, you know, to me, when Donald Trump was saying something, it was a lie. And Pence was like, we've always told the truth. Like right there, I mean, you honestly cannot believe in your heart that this man tells the truth. Nothing about, you know, this administration suggests truth. They're the ones that came up with the phrase alternate facts. They came up with that.
Kellyanne Conway.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. So
the bar is so low in the debate. It's kind of hard to call them debates, man. I'm telling you.
Right.
It's kind of like, you know, this is kind of hard, man. You know?